James, thank you so much for joining me in the LSI studio today.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the work you're doing at SmartBreast.
We are empowering women who have dense breasts to defeat cancer through early detection and treatment. And what we do that by providing a machine which can image dense breasts that mammography won't work on. Mammography fails 70% of the time in dense breasts, but we can see right through the dense breast tissue.
So how are you doing that?
We do it with a technique called molecular breast imaging. It's an imaging machine that can see through the dense breast tissue.
Is it using any type of technology similar to what we see in PET by any chance? What does molecular breast imaging mean?
You're correct that PET imaging is a form of molecular imaging. This is using single photons instead of double photons as PET uses. So it's related to PET, but it's not. It's a nuclear medicine technique.
Why do dense breasts need to be imaged with MBI instead of what I would consider to be industry standard and what most women are familiar with, which is mammography?
Sure. Mammography uses X-rays, and the X-rays that are useful for mammography are fairly low energy, and they just can't pass through dense breast tissue. They get stopped, and all you see is a shadow on the mammogram, which can hide early stage cancers.
So it's my understanding that approximately 50% of women actually have dense breasts. So what's sort of the awareness like, and is there any efforts being made currently to tell women, hey, you have a specific breast density, you actually need to be imaged with this technology instead in order to stay on top of your screening?
So you're correct. It's been a secret. Radiologists have not been revealing to women that they have dense breasts and that they can't really be sure whether they have cancer or not. But in the last 10 years, there have been several advocacy organizations founded by women with cancer that was hidden by dense breast tissue. So the awareness has been rising. There's been a lot of effort to have a national standard for informing women. And actually 2 weeks ago, the FDA announced new rules that apply to all mammography centers. They have to now inform women of what their breast density is. And if they're dense, they have to advise them that they should have additional screening. And in Congress, there's a bill that called the Find It Early Act. It was introduced by Katie Couric, who has dense breasts and cancer. It looks like it's going to pass, and what it requires is that insurers will pay for this additional screening.
Well, that's great that the awareness is starting to be raised and that women can get the proper care that they need to ensure that they are staying on top of their preventative medicine and early diagnosis. Tell me, James, what other technologies are available for women with dense breasts, or is MBI the only solution for them?
So currently there are two other choices. One is ultrasound, and the other is MRI. Now, MRI is very limited in who can actually be scheduled for it. Women have to have what's called a 20% lifetime risk of developing cancer. And this is based on family history and other factors. So only a few women, say 10% of women, qualify for an MRI. The rest would be given today ultrasound, and ultrasound is non-specific, meaning lots of false positives, lots of biopsies that don't turn up anything, and it also misses a number of cancers.
So it's my understanding that women, after they reach a certain age, are required to be screened every 1 to 2 years. How does that change with women with dense breasts? Do the guidelines change? Are these women at greater risk of developing breast cancer?
It's been shown that women with dense breast have 5 times the risk of developing cancer of women who have fatty breasts, or so no real density. So it's a big effect. That's as large a risk factor as having a, s- a mother with breast cancer.
Maybe coming back to the company, what inspired the name Smart Breast? Why are you guys called Smart Breast?
Well, you know a company called PetSmart.
Mhm.
It's not because the pets are smart, it's the pet owners who are smart for using it. So what we're trying to imply is that women who use our product are smart.
You have a pretty unique company logo as well. Tell me what's the inspiration behind the logo that you guys use with your company?
So our logo is a flying owl. Owls can see in the darkest of nights. We can find cancers in the densest of breasts.
That's brilliant. Where are you guys at right now as far as your commercialization status? Are you in market already? Are you in clinical trials?
We are in the market. We have been for several years. In fact, we bought the product line from GE Healthcare. So we have FDA clearance, we have reimbursement, and registration in 12 foreign countries. So well into the commercialization. We're at a stage of needing to now to accelerate the commercialization, recover from the COVID shutdowns, and launch into to making this a bit more available for women.
So, in order to get the fuel you need to accelerate and recover, is that what brings you to LSI this year?
Absolutely. We're here with a Series A request for $10 million.
What's sort of the next step for you guys once you scale up? Is there other applications for this technology that you're looking at developing or other indications you're looking at?
We are looking at adding uh, AI-powered software tools to this. For instance, assessing an individual woman's risk rather than these questionnaires that really paint a broad brush picture of risk. So we believe that using imaging information, we can assess a woman's risk and then prescribe for her what the best imaging path would be. It might be alternating mammography and MBI in alternate years.
What does the potential market opportunity look like for MBI technology?
Well, it's actually quite large because, as you mentioned, 50% of Western women have dense breasts, and 70% of Asian women have dense breasts. So mammography is not the ideal tool for them. MBI, we think, is the best tool. So the market opportunity is very large to serve more than half of women. Um, we we believe that we can reach $250 million in sales in 5 years if we're properly capitalized.
Are there other competitors developing similar MBI technologies for imaging dense breasts?
We have one competitor in MBI, and I think the market is more than big enough
Sure.
for both of us to succeed.
What distinguishes you from your competitor?
The leadership of our company has over 20 years experience with MBI. I was working at GE leading the technical team that developed this technology. My partners have experience with a prior company and with distributing this software. So we think that our leadership experience is probably the biggest differentiator.
You know, you mentioned that you're looking at implementing AI to further assist those doing the imaging scan. Are you looking at developing that internally, or are you seeking a strategic partner who already has expertise in building AI and analyzing images?
We're looking at partners, and we've been talking to 2 startup companies that are doing AI in women's dense breast imaging. One is working with MRI, and one is working with ultrasound.
Well, James, thanks for stopping by the studio and telling me about all the things you guys are doing at SmartBreast. It's great to see what the hope you are bringing to women out there.
Thank you.